1. An ISAT evaluator is mentoring a new test developer on creating assessments that align with adult learning theory. Which principle should be emphasized most in designing question stems? A. Focus on rote memorization to ensure standardized grading. B. Use real-world problems that adults may encounter in their roles. C. Include abstract philosophical concepts to promote deep thinking. D. Ask learners to define dictionary meanings of technical terms. 2. During an ISAT test design workshop, one participant insists on including multiple choice items that test only recall. As the facilitator, how should you respond based on curriculum development principles? A. Support their approach to maintain content simplicity. B. Emphasize the need for questions at higher cognitive levels. C. Allow the participant full creative freedom. D. Focus solely on institutional preferences. 3. A communication breakdown has occurred between an ISAT proctor and a test taker with a disability. What is the best initial response? A. Ask the test taker to wait while standard protocol is reviewed. B. Proceed with the test without accommodations. C. Immediately escalate to regulatory authorities. D. Engage the test taker to identify a suitable accommodation. 4. An instructor uses the ISAT results to guide remediation for underperforming students. Which evaluation method does this reflect? A. Diagnostic assessment. B. Summative assessment. C. Norm-referenced grading. D. Holistic evaluation. 5. A mentor notices that a new ISAT item writer is struggling with bias in item construction. What is the most effective mentoring strategy? A. Criticize the writer's approach to emphasize rigor. B. Provide written guidelines without discussion. C. Use examples to demonstrate inclusive language. D. Ignore the issue to avoid discouraging the writer. 6. During an ISAT curriculum review, an evaluator suggests aligning learning objectives with Bloom's taxonomy. What is the purpose of this suggestion? A. To simplify grading rubrics. B. To enhance question difficulty. C. To ensure cognitive level progression. D. To reduce regulatory compliance issues. 7. A stakeholder requests that all ISAT test questions be written at the same difficulty level. What is the best justification against this approach? A. Uniform difficulty improves test security. B. Varied difficulty levels increase test fairness and reliability. C. It is easier to create simple questions. D. Regulatory bodies require equal difficulty tests. 8. A curriculum developer is integrating ISAT preparation into a professional development course. What strategy ensures the content supports adult learning? A. Prioritize instructor-led lectures. B. Use passive video instruction modules. C. Include self-assessment and goal-setting activities. D. Rely solely on printed manuals. 9. A test taker challenges their ISAT result, claiming cultural bias. What must be done in accordance with regulatory compliance? A. Automatically invalidate the test result. B. Provide documentation and initiate an item review process. C. Dismiss the claim unless it affects multiple individuals. D. Offer a retest without investigation. 10. What is the best approach to mentoring ISAT instructors in test item analysis? A. Focus on analyzing only incorrect answers. B. Use data to examine distractor performance and question validity. C. Emphasize subjective interpretation over statistics. D. Limit the analysis to test taker complaints. 11. Which strategy best promotes effective communication when training facilitators to administer the ISAT? A. Sending out lengthy policy documents. B. Holding mandatory meetings without Q and A. C. Providing interactive scenarios and discussion prompts. D. Requiring facilitators to pass the test first. 12. An adult learner reports anxiety during ISAT testing. How should this be addressed according to adult learning principles? A. Ignore the concern to maintain test consistency. B. Reduce test length without policy review. C. Offer coaching in test-taking strategies and self-regulation. D. Recommend the learner withdraw from the program. 13. What should be the primary focus of ISAT curriculum revisions following low performance in a specific domain? A. Add more questions on the same topic. B. Remove the domain from future exams. C. Align content with clearer performance objectives. D. Delay curriculum changes until further data emerges. 14. An evaluator detects consistent underperformance on specific ISAT items. What is the most appropriate response? A. Retire the questions permanently. B. Assume the test takers lacked preparation. C. Analyze item structure and alignment with objectives. D. Ignore the trend to preserve test format. 15. A test developer incorporates scenario-based questions in ISAT assessments. This best supports which adult learning principle? A. External reward motivation. B. Experiential learning and application. C. Habitual repetition. D. Passive content delivery. 16. A newly hired instructor requests guidance on aligning ISAT questions with state regulations. What should the mentor do? A. Refer them to federal guidelines only. B. Share an annotated guide linking each question type to regulations. C. Tell them to copy previous tests. D. Postpone training until the exam is finalized. 17. A test developer wants to use humor in ISAT items to reduce stress. What is the most important consideration? A. Humor improves all test outcomes. B. Humor should be avoided in standardized tests. C. Humor must not compromise clarity or introduce bias. D. Humor is mandatory for adult learners. 18. What should be prioritized in evaluating the effectiveness of ISAT mentoring programs? A. Number of mentoring sessions held. B. Improvement in test development and facilitation quality. C. Popularity of the mentors. D. Compliance with promotional material. 19. An ISAT facilitator shares incorrect policy information. How should this be addressed? A. Send a group memo with the corrected information. B. Ignore it to avoid embarrassment. C. Publicly reprimand the facilitator. D. Require the facilitator to write the next test. 20. What is the most effective method to evaluate ISAT curriculum impact over time? A. Review pass-fail rates alone. B. Conduct longitudinal outcome-based evaluations. C. Survey instructors annually. D. Compare printed manuals. ISAT International Student Admission Tests. The ISAT International Student Admission Test is a standardized test designed to assess the intellectual skills and academic aptitude of international students seeking entry into undergraduate health-related and medical programs in Australian universities. Developed by the Australian Council for Educational Research (ACER), the ISAT measures critical reasoning and quantitative reasoning rather than subject-specific knowledge, ensuring fairness across diverse educational backgrounds. The test is computer-based and can be taken globally at authorized testing centers. It helps institutions evaluate how well students can analyze, interpret, and apply information to solve problems, essential skills for success in rigorous academic environments. Here are the top 5 beneficial uses of the ISAT exam. 1. Validates instructional competence. ISAT tests objectively assess an educator's ability to deliver effective instruction, aligning with adult learning principles and modern curriculum standards. 2. Supports professional development. Results from the ISAT can identify areas for growth, guiding targeted training and mentoring efforts that elevate instructional quality. 3. Improves educational outcomes. By ensuring instructors are skilled in evaluation methods, communication, and learner engagement, ISAT tests help boost learner performance and retention in adult education programs. 4. Ensures regulatory compliance. ISAT tests help institutions meet educational and industry standards by verifying that instructional staff adhere to required teaching practices. 5. Enhances hiring and promotion decisions. Organizations use ISAT results to inform recruitment, promotions, and role assignments, ensuring the right candidates are placed in key instructional positions.